I don't say that Tulsi is an agent. I just think that she could be a useful idiot the way Trump is a useful idiot to the Russians.
Tulsi Gabbard did not let that slide. She came on the show and confronted Joy Behar for messing with her name. She was ready to address the accusations and criticisms that had been thrown her way, especially after she had been called a useful idiot by Joy Behar.
I go on Tucker Carlson, go on Bret Baier, go on Sean Hannity, go on MSNBC, go on CNN. I am here to speak to every single American in this country about the unifying leadership that I want to bring as president, not just speak to those who agree with me.
By going on a platform like Fox, she was able to reach more people. While they criticized her for choosing a network that doesn't always align with her views, she saw it as an opportunity to make her message heard by a wider audience. She believes the real change in politics starts with a willingness to talk to everyone, not just those who share your views. The conversation took a turn when the co-host tried to drag Tulsi into the realm of identity politics.
We are building a coalition of support that is very diverse. Yes, it crosses party lines. People who are looking out for the best interests of our country, which, by the way, makes me the best candidate to defeat Donald Trump so that we can then begin to do the very important work that begins the morning after to bring about the systemic change we need to see to take our government back from the rich and powerful who control it and make it so our government is truly of, by, and for the people.
She didn't let her race or gender define her as a leader. Instead, she focused on her ability to lead and the policies she wants to implement. She didn't want to be seen just as a woman of color in politics. She wanted to be seen as someone who can lead effectively and make decisions based on what's best for everyone. She was also frustrated with how they were trying to discredit her without any real evidence, and she made sure to clear the air.
This is why I'm here, because you and other people continue to spread these innuendos that have nothing to do with who I am.
Well, Hillary Clinton started it, and then you shot back at her, boy.
She also clapped back at Hillary Clinton's remark about her being groomed by foreign powers. Hillary Clinton had suggested that Tulsi was being manipulated by outside influences, but Tulsi made it clear that her decisions and actions were driven by her own beliefs and principles.
You called her the queen of warmongers.
You doubled down, unfortunately, you doubled down on the baseless accusations that she made that strikes at the core of who I am. I'm a soldier. Because of the attacks on 9/11, I enlisted in the military to go after and defeat and destroy the evil that visited us on that day. I've served now for over 16 years, deployed twice the Middle East during the height of the war, where every single day I saw firsthand the terribly high human cost. It's why I ran for Congress.
That was a strong defense of her independence and integrity. She emphasized that her actions are based on her commitment to the country, not because someone else is pulling the strings. By positioning herself as someone who has always acted out of a sense of duty, she proved that she cannot be manipulated.
Let's take a look at that.
I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. She's the favorite of the Russians.
So
Really? I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous and offensive on so many levels. I've served as a member of Congress now for almost 7 years, receiving high-level national security and intelligence briefings, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, working to ensure the safety and security of the people of this country.
By bringing up her record, she pointed to the fact that she's not a political novice or someone pushed by outside forces. It was a smart move, especially for those who tried to paint her as being out of touch or inexperienced. She reframed the conversation and reminded everyone of her qualifications. She switched the discussion to her ability to lead and make tough decisions on matters that will positively affect the country.
It's offensive to me as a soldier, as an American, as a member of Congress, as a veteran, and frankly, as a woman, to be so demeaned in such a way.
But you called her the personification of rock.
So demeaned
She's a woman
in such
too.
a way. Well, I'm pointing to the fact that she has continued this legacy of being the world's police around the world, that has waged wars costing the lives of thousands of my brothers and sisters in uniform.
Let's pause there for a second. She is addressing a much bigger issue. She points out how disrespectful it is to reduce her to a political pawn or label her as someone who is being used when she's a person with real-life experience and not just a political talking point. She was frustrated that her background and experience were being ignored, and she was upset about how Hillary Clinton had pushed for military interventions that led to the loss of soldiers like her. She wasn't just speaking in general terms. It was personal for her. She claps back again at Joy Behar's attempts to discredit her.
I'm speaking out against that and
What's
to
your evidence
change
to that?
to change.
Well, can I?
Are you
can I-
serious?
Let's hear it.
Are you serious?
Let's hear it.
I served in the war
Not
in
you,
Iraq.
her. You're saying that she's-
exactly.
she's a
I
warmonger.
served
How do
in
you
the
come
war
up with
in
that?
Iraq
Yeah.
that she championed. She championed a regime change war
Did you not
in
believe
Libya.
in that war?
I believe the lies that were told to us.
She shared her experience in the war in Iraq and how she feels about Hillary Clinton's involvement in wars like that. She felt betrayed because she was part of a war she believes was based on lies. She also believed that Clinton's support for the Iraq War and other military interventions, like the one in Libya, caused a lot of unnecessary destruction.
It is indisputable to say anything other than the fact that Hillary, let me just close this out, that Hillary Clinton throughout her career has led with a foreign policy of interventionism and being the world's police, going and toppling dictators in other countries that has caused such destruction and loss of life. I'm against that. I'm running for president to change that. Rather than actually debate me on the issues, she and others are resorting to these smear tactic campaigns, seeking to undermine me, smear my character, and sending a message to anyone who dissents. Stand, toe the line, or you too will be smeared.
Years after her appearance on The View, Tulsi had an interesting exchange with Meghan McCain, a former host of The View, during a Stand With Women event in Pennsylvania. Meghan admitted during their discussion that the co-hosts were so scared of her, especially Joy Behar. She also talked about how she felt the need to defend Tulsi and how she couldn't contain her excitement when Tulsi clapped back at Joy Behar.
I remember being like, I'm really going to have to do defense for this woman here because they're going to be so mean to her. And then it was like, you can look it up. It was like vultures. So and then we really bonded afterward. But you took Joy to task so hard that her husband took a picture of me and I'm literally like, afterward, like.
In the commercial break right after that, Meghan literally ran over, jumping up and down with Joy.
I love that.
So, was Tulsi right to confront the accusations, or should she have taken a different approach? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.